Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Let's see here. Only, oops, only 2 chat rules. Say hello to the cat. 2 chat rules. Excuse me. Get out from there. Get out from there. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes. Uh, please. Hang on. Please be over the age of 17, and please be kind to one another. There you go. The rules. Sorry about that, guys. She, of course, picked right then to jump up, and I looked at her. I looked at her fur was dusty, and that's probably because she brushed up against something that was dusty. I didn't want you to see that. She doesn't have dandruff, I promise. Hi, everybody. Hang on just a second while I get combobulated here. As usual, I'm discombobulated. Okay, so we're going to pop out the chat and put it over here. You'd think I'd get really smooth at this, right? And then put that there. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Got it. And so I can move it around. Hopefully it didn't move it for you guys. Hi, everyone. I'm actually here. Let's see here. Camera controls. Let's try those. And let's get rid of that awful blue light. There we go. How about a nice little bit of better light? And let's get rid of the autofocus and see if we can get a little better focus there. Hi Barb, and hi Daryl Lynn, and hello to anybody and all of the other people that are here that so far have not said hi. Hi Robin, and welcome, welcome. It is a happy Sunday here at CLAldridgeArt. So you want to see what I picked for us? It's going to be a new project one. Hang on, now I'm still unhappy with the focus. So I'm going back to autofocus. Still not happy with it, but we'll go. So this is what I picked for us. Because, why did I pick this one? Because it is cold and icky and horrible outside right now. And snowing. Or about to be snowing. And so this made me feel better. Looking at it made me feel better. Let me get rid of the autofocus again. Problem is that my vision is shot for the day because I've been messing about on the computer. Hello, Tara Lynn, and hello, Corolla, and hello, Mona, and hello, everybody. How is everyone today? And thank you, Barb. I like it too. I figured it would give us a little bit to sort of sink our teeth into. This was originally what I was going to do, is this one. And I could still do that and just make it a day project. I was thinking that we would do this with gel pens, maybe. Make it all, or maybe not even gel pens, but actually sparkly pens. And so we could definitely do that, which would be also fine with me. If we wanted to try and do one that we actually, you know what? That might be a better way to go about this. because I just had the idea. Oh, hang on, I gotta find them. Could be that I can't do it. Let's see. Oh, I don't know where they are. Oh no. I'm thinking of my my Zier pens, but I don't know where they are. Oh, you know what? I know why I eliminated those. They will bleed through. That's why. I think that they bleed through. That's why I eliminated those. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do it in pencils. And I still have noticed that Lori over at Color My World is still gushing about the Deli Starjoys. And so, you know, confirmation, everybody, that these are just absolutely fabulous pencils. Very, very much a Polychromos knockoff. And so, but a good one, an actual good one. And so, yes, for those of you that have these, great. If not, then just let me know. I can track down a link for them, and I'll put it in after the fact. So they come in a 72 set with this absolutely gorgeous array of colors. And so, yeah, let's get started. Ooh, they're so pretty. I like the fact that they sit double in this pretty case like this. The problem, of course, is that it is a space hog. And let me move my ink tints, which are sort of a permanent fixture on my desk. Let me move that and see if it will stay there. I don't think it will, unless I put something like that in front of it. Then it might, and then I can put the book right there. Okay. So let me adjust my reflector shield so that it's reflecting more light down here. And how is everyone? Is everyone having a good day? They're called Deli Starjoy. And I'll write it down in the group. It is and they are actually they're sold by a company named Starjoy on Amazon. And hang on one second, and I will get you a link. Let's see here. They are in my, where are they? They are in my documents. They are in my, okay. And nope, that's not it. New links and channel shout outs. Edit, search, find Deli. D-E-L-I. Tell me it's on this one. Starjoy. Okay, it's not in this one. Okay, so that's the 2019 link. So we'll take that one down. Go back one. Go back one to documents. Hang on one second, guys. Shoot. There it is. Notebook files from laptop. Amazon affiliate links. And find Deli. No, that's delighted. Find Starjoy. Oh, good Lord. Type much, Christine? I'll have to find it when I will have to find it. I've got, it's in a ton of my videos from about 6 months ago. There's just been a ton of them. But it's Deli Starjoy, and it's a 72 set, and it's sold on Amazon. So if you just search Amazon for that, it'll come up. I won't earn any affiliate dollars, but it will come up. The set is about $26, and they are every bit as powerful as the polychromos. And if you don't believe me, Lori at Color My World will back me up, and she knows what she's talking about when it comes to pencils. One colored pencils on Amazon had Joy Star. No, that's not it. It's Starjoy. If they're doing Joy Star, it's somebody different. And so, hang on. I guess I can do this. I can go directly to Amazon and go Deli Starjoy. Or go Starjoy colored pencils. There it is, Starjoy colored pencil 72. Which one? No, that's the Gas Arts. Oh. Open that all the way out. Okay, it looks like I'm going to guess that either, oh wait, let's go here. Yeah, because you can, okay, you can buy them in the, yeah, Starjoy, there they go. This is them. Now, they aren't in a tin. These are rolled up in a, hang on. Get link. Okay, get link. Okay. And move that over. Okay. Delete. For heaven's sakes. Well, control. Why is it doing that? Copy. Finally, that is my Amazon affiliate link, or one of them at least. Okay. There we go. Now, not happy about this lighting situation. Sorry, guys. I apologize that I'm having a seriously tough. There we go. Seriously tough time getting my act together here. No, that's okay, Carolyn. That there is the link right there. I should have had it prepared ahead of time. I normally do, but I did not decide on this until like the very last second. So yeah. All right. So where do we want to start? I guess we'll start with one of the little houses. Now these are theoretically little beach shacks, so I don't really know what colors they should be. This one looks like it's this one looks like it's made of stucco, and the others all look like they're made of clapboard. So we can choose what colors we want them to be. So like this is white, this is the, I hate to choose a color that is as boring as gray, but you know what? Let's make this lighthouse red. Let's make this lighthouse red. Yeah. All right. Yes. We'll make it red. So you're really just starting out with your, with your just a very light have to decide where the light is coming from. Is it coming from up, where is it coming? Where is the light coming from? And there isn't a lot of natural shading in these Rita Bermans to be able to tell us where the light is coming from. And so we have to decide that, which is why you're going to start out with a very light bit of your pencils first. Because you don't really want, and I'm pulling some pink in here. So I'm going to be able to fade that out. So I'm thinking that the light is coming, that these are Atlantic Beach, right? Or on a eastern shore somewhere. And so they're facing the rising sun, rising up over the water out here. And so the light would be hitting them each. And this would be a round building because it is a lighthouse. So that's why, as opposed to these, which are flat, which is why I am trying to leave that lighter spot there in the middle. I'm doing this one first so that it will inform me of how this little section, so that it can help inform how the other sections should go. Now these pencils, by the way, they do go down smooth as butter and they blend beautifully. They really do. So when you're trying to make something look round, you want to put your darkest color on the outside here. And you want to just, you don't want to, these are truly a blending pencil. So you definitely don't want to, be a pencil masher with these. So starting out, got barely firm pressure there, and then it's just basically the pencil weight as I get closer in. And then I'm even going to switch to a lighter pink. For that, and maybe even grab the white just to make sure that I keep that area right in there as light as possible. Now I am going to go down in intensity one more as far as dark red. If you during the stream, guys, you're invited to talk. Please, if you have any questions for me, just put them in caps and I will hopefully respond. That way, I can actually see it and know that it's intended for me and not for just sort of someone else. Now, this book, by the way, is the compilation book, which I absolutely love. And it is the one that came out that features selections from all 4 of Rita's seasonal books. So she did one for spring, summer, summer, autumn, and fall, or autumn and winter. And then, of course, this one is the one that has parts or has drawings from all 4 in it. And it's thicker and it's really wonderful. It is really wonderful. So this is a darker red that I'm now using sort of down in here. It's a much more intense red. The thing about these pencils that makes them lovely to use is that you can keep layering with them. So as you are building up, now I do want to, because one of the main components of the color brown is red, I do want to, maybe not that one, maybe this one. I am going to just take a little bit of this. Now, one of the issues with the pencils is they don't really have colors written on them. They have the number, which in this case is 160, but they don't have actual colors written on them. So when I swatched them, I sort of gave them my own color names. That's not the right pencil. I need to go even darker than that. I think maybe here. So I'm just going to do this right over here. This is a darker brown. And I just want to try and get this darker so that when I bring this in on top of it, just sort of trying to make that as rounded a look as I can. And you do that with color. When you're trying to make a flat object appear three-dimensional, you do it by the gradation of the color and the shadow. So then you bring your colors forward in order. Oh, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, Coriander has made an appearance. Lest you think that she is not here anymore. She is. It's winter time, and generally in the winter, she hangs out with me more because I'm warm and it's usually pretty cold in the rest of the house. So she's actually taken to sleeping with me. Although lately it's been so cold now. I mean, because for those who might not know, my furnace is out, but that's sort of a perpetual condition at this point. But I'm not without heat. I do have a source of heat. But it's also targeted heat. So there's lots of rooms in the house that are just cold. So yeah, Kathy, again, it's this time this time it's a combination of things. It's probably still that one sensor that needs to be it either needs to be cleaned or replaced, and I'm not sure which. But the batteries in the who'd you call it are dead. The thermostat are dead, and so the controls aren't working either. So, and there just isn't money in the budget. So, but that's okay. So far we're just doing good. Now I'm gonna try doing this a little bit differently on this one. So I like the way that turned out. It may not be done yet, but it's on its way. So I'm gonna try doing this, and see if I can't bring it in reverse order so you can see a little bit more what I mean about laying down those shadows. And I could actually now sort of go over that other part as well, these parts. Just trying to keep that close to the edge and then just sort of fade it out with a light, sort of a light scribble. Fortunately, this is the first time it snowed. Um, Actually, it snowed, what was it? Was earlier, let's say it was Thursday morning, Wednesday, something like that. And whatever day it was the day that I was going to go out to the grocery store. And I can't now because I have a little sports car and it just won't go in the snow, period. So it's too light in the rear end, is what it is. So I'm going to have to order what I need, and in order to do that, um, I will order batteries today, but I needed a check to clear the bank first, and that wasn't going to happen until actually it happened yesterday. So, but there's no use in trying to get something delivered on Sunday. So. Get it ordered and they'll deliver it tomorrow. And then at least I'll have the controls back, so I'll know what'll I know? I'll know how cold it is in the house. Okay, so this is the dark red, the darkest red. I'm going to go straight over the top of that brown. So I'm really just, whereas I was experimenting with colors here, now I'm actually sort of experimenting with seeing how we can make a little shortcut for it. So when you color, you'll find yourself doing that. At least I do. I finally decide how I want it to look, and then I decide, what are the shortcuts that I can then take, because I got to tell you that for me, layering with pencils is pretty tedious. Darylyn, I got better than wool blankets. I have 20 degree below sleeping bags. So, yeah. And they live on my bed in the wintertime. This is not, you know, when the furnace first went out, 4 years ago, 3 years ago now, and the guys came and they were very kind. My next door neighbor is a HVAC guy, and my old furnace um, had bit the dust, and they weren't about to let me go through a winter without any heat at all. So they got a furnace for my house, but they got the wrong one. Or I should say this. They were lucky enough to find a used furnace for my house. It was nearly new. It was a great deal. They were kind enough to put it in for free. Um, it wasn't the right size furnace for my house. It was too big. And so it has always had a bit of a issue with getting enough air to not overheat, because it's a big unit and my house is not that big. So it wants to overheat pretty quickly. And once a furnace overheats 5 times in a row, it shuts itself down for several hours to cool off and prevents you from overriding the system. So you can't turn it back on. Okay, so that was going on. Well, we figured out a way to get it enough air, and it ran great the first year. But when it gets warm like that, when because it still runs warmer than it should. It makes the sensor dirty. And now this is the uh, to the internet guru guy that does furnace stuff for a living, and he has videos literally for everything, every circumstance. He discusses it. I'm like his best friend. I've watched so many hours of him, and so it gets dirty, and it needs to be cleaned. Well, the problem is that it scares the bejeebers out of me to touch anything having to do with electricity or power or or anything like that. And so I can't do it. I've tried. I don't even know where to look for it, even though I have a fair idea where it is. But it involves, I got to have a thing, and I don't have the right tool, and it's just, so why don't I call my HVAC neighbor? Well, because his mother is pissed at me, and for something entirely different, and he lives in Suffolk, and that's a long distance away from here, and he and his mother are fighting as well. So I'm just staying the heck out of that war. And that leaves calling a stranger and paying the going rate, which I don't have. so, so we just live with it. I've got insulated walls. I've got a electric heater to take the worst of the chill off. I've got a gas stove in the kitchen, and I've discovered that as long as I don't go to sleep and leave the door open, like I did one time, so that it spews heat out, that it's not actually going to kill me with poison monoxide or carbon monoxide. Which is, of course, how I got the free furnace to begin with. I damn near killed myself with carbon monoxide poisoning. My neighbor's like, "What are you doing?" Because I was outside heaving. I mean, just absolutely, because I woke up and, of course, I had been breathing it. So I'm just glad I woke up. I hesitate to think about the sheer number of people that die that way. Older people that where there's something goes wrong with their house and they don't have the money to fix it. Okay, so now we have, unfortunately, I've got this side's not quite right. We need a little bit more color over here. It's just not right yet. See what I mean about being able to layer forever with these pencils, though? It's just one more of those rocks in the road, which will all go away. Eventually. All storms, all rain, all problems eventually go away. They're not permanent. Worlds don't end, for stuff like that. Never in danger of freezing to death. So I don't worry about that. I learned that when I was I was probably about 25, I think. For some reason, I took an interest in survival skills. And I don't. Oh, I know why. Because I was mad at the world and I was going to go live in a cave. That was it. No, actually, I was writing a book, and the Great American Novel, and in it, my heroine was a nurse, and she had just seen too much, and been hurt too many times by her job. So she decides to go take up residence in a cave on a perfectly inhabitable cave on a property that she owned that had been passed down to her. It had been property that had been in her family for years, and she and her dad were fishing there, and they'd go and they'd camp in the cave, and and spend like a month every summer, and blah 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 blah. So anyway, so I was doing research on various survival skills as far as temperature and things like that, and I came across books by Tom Brown, and Tom Brown is a California wilderness guy, written a bunch of books, uh, and he said that one of the things that his grandfather did, American Indian, and he said one of the things that his grandfather did was to show the guys that that cold is a state of mind. Freezing, freezing is physical, but cold is a state of mind. And and so what he did was he had them strip naked, and he sent them outside. It was 46 degrees. And now 46 degrees, if you don't move, I mean, if you just like lay there and wait to die, then yeah, 46 degrees is a problem. But if you are active and you run around and and you seek shelter and you maybe build something and all of that, 46 degrees is a perfectly livable temperature. And 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 it was. So, okay. Let's see. This it should be concrete. So we're going to go with a gray. We'll go with a light gray all the way around. Down here. Up there. Okay. And a light gray. All right, so now we'll start working our way down the scale. I'm not sure why that is. But so when you are cold, think warm thoughts. Seriously. You'd be surprised. And it helps to have a sleeping bag that's rated to 20 degrees below zero. Goes right over the top of the bed. Because in the summertime, I keep it warm enough in the house that I don't need covers. Kenny, no problem. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for being here. Okay. Just sort of leaving a, kind of make it darker here. Okay, now another layer down darker. Oh, I'm liking it. Now, you can, I am sort of making a meal out of this. And this is really my objection to colored pencils, but I figured that I should show you guys that I actually do know how to use colored pencils, even if they're not my first choice. Even if I do go back to my Inktense time and time and time again, I do actually know how to use these colored pencils. So then you can blend over that all. And so this is just a little concrete, little concrete. And we can even pull a little bit of the black in. So this, I think this. The black in this set is very intense. I think I need to look at that. I think I'm going to take it this way a little bit. Okay. Now I can use this darker to sort of go over and tone that down. just a tad. Okay, now pull that up just a little. I'll make it smooth. Even with as many layers as I'm using here, I have not run into any kind of bloom problems. It's not peeling up or, or pushing back or anything like that. I just love that that you can do this with these pencils. So, and I was just so thrilled when I actually saw Lori using them, because it's one thing that when you hear it from me, and I, I'm certainly not a non-authority, but I mean, my word about a colored pencil does not carry the same weight as hers does. So, if she says they're good, then they are good. I kind of knew they were. Uh-oh. Well, what did you think was going to happen, dear? The cat just landed at my back with a entire stack of things to break her fall that she apparently was laying on top of. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks, sweetheart. Mom really needed that rearranged. Yeah. She really did. Hang on 1 second, guys. Yeah. That was clean laundry, my dear. Yeah, it just got stacked there. Just because we needed to get it up and out of the way, because otherwise it wouldn't have been safe from you anywhere else in the house. Yeah. And look what you did. You found it. Okay. All right. Who are these people, and why are they having a? Well, they're having a conversation. Okay. Never mind. I know it is. It's my people having a conversation there. Sorry for the interruption. I guess nobody wants to talk to me. Okay. Are you all just all busy doing your own coloring and listening to me yak? Is that what's going on? Wondering how could anybody keep up a non-stop conversation about nothing? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I need to hoover a little of that out of there. And before you ask, wrong size batteries. I tried the other batteries for the thing. Gary! Hey, you. How are you? And I'm Melinda. Oh, well, I'm so glad you're here. No worries about being late. Everybody was being nice. Daryl Lynn, they are oil-based. They are an oil-based pencil. That you finished your brick page. Yes, I saw that, Corolla. Didn't I comment on it? that I had I saw that on your on not on Instagram but on Facebook. It was probably Instagram, but I saw it on Facebook. Or actually, I think you sent me a copy, didn't you? And I probably didn't respond. You're not the only one I didn't respond to. I have been bad about responding. All right, so now what I need to do is decide what color let's make it blue. How about we make it blue? Can we make it blue? Yeah, let's make it blue. I'm just going to ignore the fact that it's got this possibly dimensional thing, and I'm going to just make it like a ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of black in at the very outside edge of this blue, just because this is the darkest blue in the set, and I don't want to have to, make it 57 layers. It's enough that it's this many layers. Okay, so now I can come in. We'll just bring up the pressure. Can you guys see that? Oops. Yeah. That's I can't tell if that's focused or not. Let me see. Don't need to do that. Where is the? Oh, there's the camera controls. There we go. That over. That there. There. Now I can see it. That's gotta be it, right? Hang on a second. Is that Gary? Is that Nana and Sarah talking? That's, you can hear that live. I'm actually getting the notices. So. Okay. So I'm just lightening the pressure on that just a tad as it come in with it. It's a little darker out here, a little lighter in there. Then I can pick a Lighter blue. Yeah. This one's a pretty one. I don't want to bring it in too far. Well, this one will probably a little further. So I'm just coming right over the other. Once again, sort of paying attention to the pressure, and just making it a little bit lighter as we roll in toward the Oh, good, Gary. I'm glad there's no side effects. Oh, good, Kenny. Thank you. Thank you. I know she just changed flats or just moved into a new flat, Nana did, and she hasn't had internet, at least not reliable internet. She said she only had one bar on her phone most of the time, so. Okay. And, oops, that's not the one I want. I believe that this is the next lightest. And I am just going to just sort of whisper it right up to that edge. Just using the weight of the pencil. So that it creates, stays kind of light, like in line with the cylinder of that. So now the only thing to decide is what color, and I think it's going to be I think it might be. Yeah, I think it should. Well, no. Just trying to decide on what. Right. Yeah, I think that I want to make this like it's hollow windows. All right. So I do want this. I want these to be just. Yeah. So I want these to just be dark, dark red. So that it looks like there's no, it's just an opening in the concrete, the red concrete. All the way dark. Full pressure, sorry. One of these days, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I live in as near to the Outer Banks as I do. And I am going to go down and see all of the lighthouses and stuff. Wait, Melinda, too bad about last week. I'm sorry, whatever, Melinda, whatever it is, I'm sorry. Oh, Green Bay Packers. Melinda is all in with her Green Bay Packers, and they had a great season. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Oh, well, in that case, then that's a big deal, and no, football is a big deal. It is to a diehard fan, that is for sure. And there is nothing harder than when the team that you love has a great season and then, maybe doesn't come home with the coveted whatever. Super Bowl, I believe. Didn't we have a Super Bowl? Okay, now we also have a door, and our door is going to be blue. And it is going to be darkest blue up here at the top. And sorry, while I'm concentrating on this silly little door. Because all these little details count. Next lighter color. Just basically using the weight of the pencil at this point to add just a little bit. Now I'll pull this darker again. And just sort of brushing that out just a little. And a little bit there. Actually needs all right. Just like that. Kind of make it look like it's got a little light shining on it. And then because we can. We'll add a little gold doorknob. Okay. Hi and bye, Shell. Hi, Shell. Bye, Shell. Hi, Rochelle. I love that how you come in, but you can never stay. Stay. Rochelle, I'm glad to see you. Hi, Verica. And hello to everybody who comes and drops in and says hello and or who doesn't say hello. Everybody's welcome. And thank you all for coming. Okay, now, since that is a lighthouse, technically it's going to have some yellow light coming from it, we would hope. So let's pull a lovely shade of light. To come from there, and maybe a little lemony yellow, just very lightly down in there. Okay, now that's going to be fretwork, and so we want this also to be blue. Well, no, we don't. This also has got to be trying to remember if the top of the top of it is going to be blue. Okay. The top of it is going to be blue. Okay. So but it's not. It's got to be red. This part has got to be red. Yes, it does. How do I know? Because I know. Because it's got to be red. Okay, so this is the brown, right? Yeah. Okay, so we need the brown. Okay. We need the brown there. We definitely need the brown in here. Okay. We need the brown down here. Because this is where the dark spot of this will be. Okay. And this is where the dark spot of this will be. Okay. And this is where the dark spot of this will be. Okay. Now, let's also color this with the brown. Okay. Now this is blue. It's going to be blue, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this will be red. And which is the darker of the two? This one. Okay, so this is the one that will go over this. So you start with your darkest, the brown underlayment. Okay. We're using fairly hard pressure here. Okay, and then also fairly hard pressure. Okay. Oops. Oh, am I off screen? I apologize. Okay. Okay. Now, pull that in. Thank you, Kenny. Me too. I think you might have. I think you might have sent me this actually. I have to look back in my record. Oh, by the way, Kenny, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pencils that you sent to Karen. Those are just the cat's meow, and she is just such a deserving fellow. She is so talented. Gosh. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. You sent me a ton of books. The gosh, I lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. you, you just you're just about to think, you go, oh, I know what to talk about, and then it like disappears. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to just color the dark, really dark. And just again, so that when I give the impression that it's not a windowsill, it's more of a tunnel. So it's open. And then we also we're adding a little bit of light. Oops, where's the, there it is. Okay. Oops, sorry. So we'll add, so lighter. There we go. Okay. Now, I want blue. I I want a blue cap on it. Let's see here. What do we want to do? As far as the, let's try this. Let's try doing that. Put the lightest in the ditches. Okay. In the separation. So and then we'll see about just trying to figure out how I want to go about this. What, because theoretically these are all slats, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I just want to go ahead and do it like this. Like it was all solid. Okay. And then see if I can. Yeah. There we go. But this, I think we can go darker on this. We can go darker all the way underneath. And the reason is because that is sort of protruding out over the edge, and it would be casting a shadow there to begin with. So, bye, Corolla. Have a good sleep. Or have a good evening, because I know it's probably still evening there. Hi, Ben Pib. And hello, Louise. Lovely to see you, lovely Louise. Okay. All right, so we're getting there. Now we could toss in a hand grenade and make this some weird color like green. But I don't think I will. I think what I'll do is make it blue. Yeah, make it blue. Because that is, this is theoretically the catwalk. Okay, I think. So you could be standing out there with your magnifying glass. All right, so this, we need this. Because this also has to be, if that one is red, this one has to be red because it's part of the central core of the building. And we'll make that one red as well. That will set us up to be able to put the other blue. And since this one is to the outside, and it's round. We will make it lighter in the center. Okay, same thing here. Whoops, sorry, don't mean to smack you with my pencil. I have no idea what that sounds like. I guess I'll find out when I listen to the replay. Okay. Oh, this one is, I forgot, this one is also going to be primarily a darker red because it is, again, sitting underneath an overhang. All right, now we can do this one blue. That's why I speak it out loud, is so that you guys can actually hear it, but it doesn't. I guess maybe it's just how my brain works. I literally, when I have a project to do, that's what I do. I talk myself through the steps. First you take the wrench and you unscrew this thing. But I've always been that way. I've always, ever since I was a little kid, I've always talked myself through the steps of things. I try not to do it when there are other people physically in the room. Then I have a tendency to try and be a little more quiet about it. You guys don't count, though, because you're not physically in the room. I am very shy when I actually, although I've done a fair amount of public speaking and stuff like that, so I'm not afraid of people so much as I just prefer the corner, I would rather sit there and be not necessarily unnoticed, but not call attention to myself. I learned, good, Daryl Lynn. I'm glad. And I like, well, see, I'm a visual learner. So it's good to know that I am good for audio learners. And that will work because I am, when it comes to audio learning, I am just rubbish. You could tell me 500 times. Show me once. I don't do, for some reason, I don't do well with audio learning. That's why I don't really enjoy audiobooks, because I don't remember that I've read them or that I've heard them. or what they were about or anything. So just pulling in all the colors. I don't know here if this is going to be dark enough for right there or not. But I think it might be. So now I'm just using, once again, the pencil weight just to keep it light. All right, and then, now this is actually a widow's walk, and that is wow, okay. So is that hollow or is it solid? I want to say that it's hollow. And if it is, then we ought to be able to see what's behind it. I mean, not solid. I mean, if it were open like metalwork, like if these were rails and this was open, you'd be able to see the rest of the building behind it, right? So there would be there would be building behind it. Yeah. Yeah, there would be. I agree. And yes, that's me agreeing with myself. So we'll use this pencil right there to put in those two lines. And just like that, it's gone from being an exterior feature, or, from being a unknown exterior feature to being the kind of feature we want it to be, which is hollow fretwork. So now we're going to take some dark brown, and I'm going to go really dark because it's in here behind this fretwork, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that makes more sense to me. That makes absolutely more sense to me. Sometimes that is all that counts, is whether or not it makes sense to you. The last thing in the world you want to do is find yourself looking at a picture or trying to color a picture that doesn't, that you don't know what it is, right? Yeah, exactly. So that is, okay, now if we wanted to, we could even add We could even add no, you wouldn't probably see it. No, you wouldn't see it. Okay, I was going to say we could add stairs up the interior, but you probably wouldn't see it, so never mind. That's a detail too much. Okay, so where are we? There we are. We have a little lighthouse. And so I'll be right back. I need to go pay some rent on some tea, and then I'll come back and we'll do the last 15 minutes or so on maybe a I don't know. We'll decide. We'll decide. Oh dear, Mr. Cat, when you knocked everything down, did you knock the sign down too? Be right back. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. My hands are always wet after I wash them. Okay, love my sign. Love, love, love my sign. Okay. What to do next? Well, I guess the next thing to do would be the next thing. Now look at what I did. I did this because this is the way it was showing to me on the camera or on the screen. But I colored this first, which means that I have to, in order to get over there, I got to put my hand down on it. So I may end up coloring that upside down. And it just didn't even occur to me. All right, so we have this one. All right, let's do this. Let's make this. Oh, what color house? Because I don't see. It looks like it's stucco, right? I'm going to do this one. We're going to make this one bright green. Not bright green, but you know what I mean. We're going to make it green. We're going to make this little house green. So, we're going to start out up here. We want a much darker green than that. Let's try this. Okay, so now, because there's an eave, right? Oops. So we can see what we're doing. Is that in focus? If it isn't, somebody let me know, please. Could the focus be better? Okay, that may not be the right one. Let's try this one. Kind of looking for a yellow-green. Yes, that's the one. Right there. All right, so I want that to be sort of scumbling off the edge. Okay, it is in focus for you. Okay, that's good. All right, so that is what I wanted. Okay, so now we know this one is a little bit narrower as far as the dark goes. The reason is, of course, because the sun is, in a fixed position. So as things start to get closer to a central area, the shadows change. Okay. We can darken that up with another one later. Oops. And I'm putting my lap blanket back on because my legs are cold. Okay. This is why I keep the camera angle really tight so that you also, guys, you don't see that I'm wearing, I've got a turtleneck shell, a long sleeve t-shirt, 2 hoodies, and a polar fleece on me right now. So okay. So now this is an even richer emerald green. So I just want to get that dark shadow really dark. Okay. So now, yeah, I like that yellow green. Okay. And we're going to take that dark green again and put it underneath the eave at the darkest point. Okay. Then we can pull it out lighter. And this is the green. This is more of a yellow green. Okay. All right, now we can start pulling the yellow greens and do them a little bit. I think that this is going to be a good choice. Yeah, because we can then, and then we'll do a, not necessarily the lime green, but this is more of a, or actually this is more of a lime green, whereas the other one was more of a chartreuse. This one is more of a yellow green, and this one's more of a, that one's more of a greenish yellow. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Most of the time. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. So this is, again, this one, it's more of a pea green. It's the 151, but you know, as you are, I mean, if your house isn't green, then you know, it isn't going to matter what color I've chosen. Choose the one that you like. And it doesn't, you don't have to stick with the same, you know, the same color. If you wanted to make it a pink with red, or, you know, a pink with purple polka dots house, you could certainly do that as well. Hi, Jill. Yes. Yes, Kenny, I am using the Deli brand pencils. I love these pencils. I do, I do. Like I said, I've just gotten the biggest kick out of Lori discovering them. She's like, oh, everybody needs to go grab some before they're sold out. I'm like, Lori, they've been selling those for years. She can't believe there was a pencil out there that was this good that only cost $26 for 72. And I told her, I said, they're a well kept secret. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That was a happy accident that that roundness turned out like that, because that was not what I intended. But okay, so this is the dark, and it's not. This is the dark right here. Yeah. So just now, one of the bad things, of course, is that you can't buy them open stock. So at least I don't believe you can. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you can't. But I mean, for each one that you use up the last of, it's just an excuse to use something from another set, you know, that's close to that color. And use your pencils, because the bottom line is that we can't, none of us is going to be able to take care, or, you know, take them with us. Oh, you did, Mona. Good. Can you sew the case for the Deli pencils? Yes. Oh, can you sew the case? You mean show? Hang on. Control V. There's the link right there. I do believe that is the one. Now that is to my, like I say, I grabbed that really quick this afternoon. And I hope I grabbed the right ones. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, but they come in they're uh, you can usually get them in a tin, uh, but they also come in a very handy roll up pencil case, which I have discovered, by the way, that is the problem that I'm having with getting my act together to swatch the monarchs. The monarchs, with my other Black Widow pencils. I don't have a case for them. I normally don't like pencil cases. I like tins, but the uh, because the set is all small tins, every time I go to pull the colors to do sort of a cohesive, all the yellows, all the blues, all the I I run into it. So I've decided that for my my Black Widows only, I'm gonna buy a case for them, so that when I get a case for them, I will swatch them. Because I can't. I every time I have sat down to do it 3 times now, and every time I get overwhelmed. It's just like I don't know what to do to try and swatch. Because I want to swatch them out cohesively because they're lights, darks, and midtones, right? But they're all in different sets. So the only way to do it cohesively is to put them all together into one set. But then they've got to go back in the wrong boxes. Uh-oh. Starjoy, stored. Oh, the tin. That link goes to Joystar. Okay. Well, guys, I'll find the right link and I will put it in. I will put it in. Actually, there is mods. Anybody? There is the correct link is in any one of my videos that feature the Starjoys. So I think that if you search the videos on my channel and just type in the Deli / Starjoy, that all the videos that will come up in the title should pop up, I hope. And if that's the case, then there's going to be a right link in one of them. I don't know. Maybe they changed the name again. Because it used to be the Deli pencils. Then they were the Starjoys. Then they were the Deli Starjoys. So I'm just putting in a very, very light coat of that green so that I can. Sorry. Thought I was going to get. Oh, I am going to. I am going to make it. I was going to say, I thought I was going to make it through the entire show without coughing. And I just looked at the time. I have to cough. But it's past time for me to theoretically have gone. But I was a little late starting. And to the best of my knowledge, there isn't anybody coming on after me. So I can. And I lightened up as I went over that particular little spot. Okay. And it could be that the Joy Star are the same thing. They're knockoff pencils, guys. They come out of China, but the whoever the maker is, they're yummy. So my guess is that whatever recipe they're using to make them is probably probably one they ought not be using, which could also explain why they're always changing the name. Not saying it's right, just saying that it happens. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. All right. After all, it's the beginning of the season, right? Everything is beautifully painted. Everything is beautifully painted. It can go back to being sun painted and rusted and all of that at the end of the season. They have them on AliExpress. I'd be willing to bet they probably do. Hey, AliExpress is just fine. I do have to sort of laugh and give kudos to all of the folks who basically proved something that I've known for a long, long time, that the stock market has absolutely no bearing on the health and welfare of the economy. And that's all I'll say about that. Those guys that proved it, my hat is off to them. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have just pay attention to the news. It's like, boy, I didn't see that coming. And on that particular fun note, and actually, just for those who might suddenly be scratching your heads, some people that are not professionally trained use their collective power to show a bunch of Hollywood stock investors how dangerous it is to sell short stocks and to short sell stocks, and because they short sold and then they ended up having to replace what they borrowed with higher priced stocks than they had originally thought. So instead of making a killing, it cost them a killing. I'm looking for my camera controls so I can, there we go. Oh boy, I'm telling you what. So here is where we are, everybody. And as ever, this is going to be our ongoing project for the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And we are going to keep using the pencils. Next week, I will have a valid link, and I will, of course, get one in today as well. Thank you all very, very much for being here. Thank you all for your support of my Etsy shop. This last several months has been, both amazing as far as the fact that support, that people are still interested in the art that I've made. in the art that I've drawn, my coloring books. For those who may not know, I have drawn 10 coloring books. And then I'm, now coloring in other people's books as well. So until we meet again, color something pretty. Thank you all for being here so very, very much. Take care, Louise and Kathy, Melinda and Jill, and Rain and Kenny and Daryl Lynn, and Melinda and Barb and Mona, and just anybody and everybody who happens to be here right now. Louise, you too. I think I said you. Then, bye, everybody.